How about this one? Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, cat, cat.
Kitty.
Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, cat, cat. Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, cat, cat. Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, cat, cat. Kitty, kitty, cat, cat. Kitty, kitty, cat, cat.
I
Kitty
went
cat,
to
kitty
Starbucks
cat,
today.
kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, cat, cat.
Kitty,
Kitty, kitty,
actually,
cat, cat. Kitty, kitty, cat,
cappuccino
cat.
and a
Kitty
white
cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, cat, cat. Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, cat, cat. Hello and welcome back to the I'm literally a piece of fucking trash, please incinerate me podcast. You've
I like
got your
that
hosts. You got your hosts. It's Billy Palmer. It's Ryan James Carter.
Hello.
We haven't podcasted. We haven't podcasted in a little while, have we?
No, it's come up to a year now, is it?
Yeah, it's coming up to a year.
Been on hiatus.
And I noticed something in the last podcast. We fucked up. We kept saying that it was the one.
Oh, but
It wasn't even the one.
It wasn't even
and
the
we kept
one.
saying it was the 11th.
It was the 12th.
And it wasn't even the 11th.
No.
It was the 12th podcast. And we fucked up, and I do apologise.
But it's alright, because this week we can make up for it, and we can make this one the one.
We can make... No, this is the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Actually, that was the other day.
Oh, that was the other day.
actually Friday the 13th.
So,
the other day.
episode 13, everyone.
Yeah. Special occasion. It's
Mm.
the episode 13. But what I was going to say was we haven't podcasted in a little while because we usually do the podcast at the weekend, but we didn't get around to it this weekend.
We've been busy, Bills. Busy.
Well, you've been busy,
Bizzle
and I was like, you know what, I need to chill the fuck out for a weekend because I've been working all week. I had been.
Yes, you have.
I
I don't know what annoys me more, when you say that and it doesn't work, or when you say it and you're
and it
allowed to say
actually
it.
just yeah.
Because if it would be
legit.
Monday, you'd be like, Ryan,
I've
don't
been
give me-
working all week.
all week.
I have been working all week, apart
Yeah.
from today. Yesterday was Monday. I worked all.
I've been working all
day.
week as well.
But basically,
Hard being unemployed.
it's Tuesday, so I've got to edit this tonight and upload it tomorrow.
Oh, is it? I didn't know what day it was.
So, well, now you know.
Thank
The
you.
more you know with the I'm Real Sad and I Don't Want to Be Alive Anymore podcast. So
Today's-
it's Tuesday and I've got to upload this tomorrow. So this is like, we're cutting it close, but also it means that we haven't podcasted. And in fact, last podcast we did on
Or Wednesday.
the Wednesday. So,
Podcasts within
I'm just
podcasts.
thinking, has it been like, I don't know.
We did it last Wednesday, so it's just under a week. It was
Just under a week.
6 days ago. we
All
did it,
right.
yeah.
Okay, well,
Today, guys, though, the podcast's slightly different, isn't it?
it
Because we're
is.
being a bit more basic than usual.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, we
Yeah.
are.
We always have coffee, usually. Like, just a coffee in a mug. In a mug. But
in
today
a muggy mood that I've made at our house with our own little, you know, our little station
What do
that
you think
me and
that
Ryan
means?
have. I don't know.
Superman's cock's furry.
Yeah,
Superman's
that's
cock
probably
is furry.
true as
yeah.
well.
No, Billy Boy took us to Starbucks and he only went and got
Yeah.
us some white girl frappuccinos.
I went to go pick up Ryan, and then on the way
Wait,
back
who?
from getting Ryan's be boy. Have you heard of him?
No, I mean, you're talking to me like I know who that is.
Oh, what? Richard.
Rich. Oh no, we know Richard. I thought you said Ryan at first. I was like,
Oh
who the fuck is Ryan?
no! I'm talking about.
I know Richard.
I'm
yeah.
talking about Daniel.
But that's the thing with Craig. He's always like, my
Well,
name's Scott, and I don't know what
like
to do.
the thing is that like Pritchard is.
Gotta love his name.
I went
by
and
the way.
got Ryan, and we on the way back. Basically, I had to put a check in my account in the bank or whatever, and I was like,
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Whilst we're stopped here, I haven't had a Starbucks in a long time, and it's like getting its way into summer.
It wasn't like that
So-
though, was it? Because we were in the car and you were like, I might go and get a frap.
Might go get-
And we went to the bank
yeah.
and you were like, oh, I don't know if I can be bothered. And I was like, I know you want a frap.
Literally,
Let's go.
all it took was I was like, I don't know if I... Well, no, we walked out the bank, we're walking almost back
Walked
to my
out the
car,
door.
and then you pointed to where
Don't turn around
Starbucks
now.
was, and you were like, we're
It's
only,
just up
only
there.
going to Starbucks. I was like, I don't know if I can be bothered. Literally,
I picked
he
you up
says,
and took you with
He
me.
just says he does. He says he does. He just says, you know you want one, and I go, yeah, go on then.
Do you know what?
Like that's how you persuade me. Because the thing is of course
need a little
it's
push.
coffee. I'm addicted to coffee. Like, yeah, I'm gonna want one. So literally, all it takes for, even though I've decided, oh, you know what, maybe
Yeah.
I can't be arsed. literally all he needed to do was just say, well, you want
And
one.
thinking
and that was
about
like,
it,
yeah, all
thinking
right,
about
I
it
do.
though, regardless of if you wanted one or not, beforehand you offered to get me one. I was like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to do
I
that.
did, yeah.
And I realised that if it wasn't for me pushing you to go and get one, I
Yeah.
also wouldn't have got one.
No, you wouldn't have.
So it kind of worked out alright.
Yeah,
and that
it
wasn't
did.
my intention. I promise.
But yeah, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna go with the Frick Frap Frops because I haven't had a Starbucks in ages. But on top of that, I haven't had a Frappuccino in ages because
Frick Frap
it's
Frop
not been
is the-
summer for ages,
the
has
name
it?
of our second
So
album.
yeah. Who's your favourite ghost? So we've got some Frappuccinos. So we do have coffee. That's the point of
Yeah,
this
it's caffeinated.
conversation. Is that we don't have coffee in the sense that we usually do. On the podcast, but we do have coffee regardless.
That was even more violent than usual. Regardless.
It's because that's not even a thing.
No.
Like,
if you were like, what is it,
dance,
Northern or whatever it
glass,
was,
laugh.
you wouldn't say, I went down the pub
Regardless.
last night, I wiped my hands in the grass, and I picked up some glass, and then I wiped my ass.
with it, regardless,
Regardless.
of the fact that it was going to make my bum hole bloody.
Oh, that's
If
disgusting.
you wipe your bum
Gavin.
with glass,
Yeah.
oh, Gavin, what's occurring?
www. Can't for the life of me think what it would stand for.
100% of our podcast has never seen Gavin and Stacey before. of our listeners have never seen Gavin and that's what we're quoting. It's to show that if you're in the UK, then you've probably more than likely seen it. But realising now, you probably haven't. So give it a watch.
Speaking of give it a watch, are you watching anything at the moment? Like Netflix or anything like that?
I'm not watching any like TV shows because I was watching Game of Thrones, Gotham,
Oh, yeah.
Orange is the New Black, Daredevil,
Slightly racist, we'll let it pass.
all of this other stuff that everything's skipping. American Horror Story and all of this, and it's too much, and I've given up on all of it.
It's overwhelming, isn't it?
That's the thing. It is.
It's not nice.
It's weird because it's like it's something that you enjoy doing. You enjoy
I'm blessed
watching
with
it.
so many good
but
things,
There's so
but I
much
don't
of it
wanna watch it.
that it's almost like a chore to watch it,
Yeah.
even though you fucking love it and it's
Yeah.
great. So I'm not. I've given up on it all. I will probably watch some stuff like that eventually in my lifetime. But I'm just at the moment I'm a YouTubesman. I'm watching.
Do you know what I'm upset about?
What's that?
It's that my favourite show, one of my favourite shows ever, isn't on Netflix anymore. The Office. The Office.
I
The
didn't
American
even-
Office.
Yeah, I didn't even manage to finish watching that. It's
I
not
know,
on the
man.
UK Netflix.
No.
It's probably still in the US.
It's on the American one. The English one's on the English one, which makes sense.
Yeah,
But
I wanna watch
that's a show I would watch. I could pick any fucking episode and laugh my tits off.
I didn't get to watch the last series of it because I was like, I'm not going to watch it yet. I'm going to let myself
Give yourself something
give myself
to save.
like to savour, and then I lost my chance because it left. Which is why when It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia came
yeah.
out with a new series on Netflix,
You're like,
I was like, right, I'm going to watch that right now before they decide to get rid of all of it. And they've just come out with another one now, so actually that's what I might start watching, just because the other stuff I know that I can watch at some point. Well, even The Office, I can find a way of watching it.
Oh, of course, but it's
like,
so much nicer
I'm not
because
gonna bother.
you're used to Netflix and the way it just works. And
the way it just flows
Yeah.
each episode into the next.
And
Also, it's an easy watch. That's the problem. A lot of these
That's
shows, like Game of Thrones,
Oh, yeah.
Daredevil, and all this stuff,
Requires
it
thinking.
requires your fullest attention.
You've got
to
to be a
lot of
brains
it.
man.
Yeah, you got to be using your noggin now.
I knew you were going to say noggin no. I knew you were going to say noggin no. It could have been Nogginsby, but you said noggin no.
This made me think about something earlier. I was gonna mention. We'll come back to the.
Will we? We'll probably forget about this.
We will, but
Okay.
we'll try and come back to it. I was thinking about this earlier. Ryan knew that I had a new phone. Well, he knew anyway because I told him I was getting one.
Yeah.
But the second he knew the second I had it in my hands, it's because I Snapchatted him,
Oh, yeah.
and he goes, "Someone's got a new phone." Because one, I sit at my desk, and behind me there is my window, and so when I
To the window, to the wall,
walls, to the
the
sweat that dripped down my ball
my
sacks.
ball sacks.
Kitty cat, kitty cat, cat. And so when I take a Snapchat selfie and send it to Ryan on my old phone, it was all overexposed.
You look like Jesus.
Like you couldn't,
look like
you
Jesus.
couldn't really see me. I was just like a silhouette, and then there was just like whiteness behind me.
It's like if Jesus was to take a selfie, that's what it would look like.
Yeah. Yeah! And you saying Jesus now just brings me on to another thing that I will talk about after this.
Which is verse 74 in John Palm's, the section of the Bible we will be studying next week. Karen.
Oh, yeah, we will be reciting quotations from my dick.
What the
So,
fuck?
we-
He's got verses written along his shelf.
So, when I sent
Point
Snapchats on my old phone, you couldn't really see me because of the lighting was just awful. But on my new phone, you can see me because I guess like the phone could just do better with the lighting.
Yeah.
It can handle it better. But also, he noticed that
He being Richard III.
Richard the
The
Pacific
Pacific Ocean.
Ocean
11.
Rim job martyr.
I noticed.
Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Martha.
Yes.
I can't remember where I saw that, but it made me laugh. I think maybe, I don't know.
If that film was called that, I would have enjoyed it a bit more. Because it would make sense.
Anyway,
What did I notice?
just a little bit off topic. He noticed that it was a double D.
What are you talking about?
It was a double D.
What are you
If you
talking about?
tap in to your best mate's little brain, I'm sure you could probably figure it out. It's not obvious because it is fucking stupid, but you're like, this picture that my friend has just sent me must be off of a new phone because his old phone was shit.
Yeah.
But now this picture here it's in double D. It's double D, Ryan. All right.
What?
It's decent definition.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So it's like HD, but it's 2Ds because it's decent definition instead of high definition.
But it is high definition.
So it's a double D. Nah, it's decent definition.
No, but it's high definition.
It is.
The high definition is decent, so why not HDD?
Because it's a double D, innit?
That's tits.
So
That's boobs.
we were talking about something stupid that I said, and that's why I was like, it reminded me of like, oh, here's this other stupid thing I wanted to put into Ryan's life. So now mentioning Jesus, right? Fucking the past few. This is getting serious. Actually,
I feel sick.
I felt sick after this, and I still feel
great.
sick about it anyway.
You made me even more sick.
Basically, I don't know what happened the other night, but so the past few nights, I've been like just waking up at random times. I've not been
Just
getting good
praying
sleep.
because
Just
you feel like it.
well, I've been waking up at random times. Like, I don't know why, but I go to sleep and I wake up and it would be five.
Five?
Five.
I'd wake up about.
It'll be at five.
It would be about 5,
in fact, so I would go to bed at about 1-ish, just because I couldn't really like get myself into like bed to try and sleep because I'm silly. So I was just double checking that we're actually recording.
Oh no, we're just chatting.
Because I have anxiety about whether or not we're actually recording.
I need a wee.
You actually?
Yeah, but it's scientifically proven that you concentrate more and you need a wee.
Oh right, so
I'm
you
going
can
to concentrate
on this little
Yeah.
story I have for you. So I've been like, waking up at random times. So I'll wake up like maybe like once an hour until I actually do have to then properly wake up. So I've been like in and out of sleep. But the other night must have been about 4:30 in the morning, maybe 5 in the morning or something. Maybe about 4:30 in the morning. And so this sort of time of year, about 4:30 in the morning,
Oh, it's light out.
the
isn't
sun's just sort of coming out. It's not quite there, but like from my window there's a bit of a glow. Not quite, so it's still very dark in my room, but I can just about see certain things.
it? Yeah.
And so it's one of these things where I don't know whether it was a case of I've one of those dreams where you feel like you've woken up but you haven't really,
Yeah.
and then you do wake up, because even when you have those, you have the dream where you feel like you've woken up, but maybe you feel like it's morning, or you feel like, well, there's a little bit of difference where it's still sort of dream. But this was like spot on, exactly like the entire lighting of my room was exactly the same.
Right.
I was laying in the exact same position. My desk was in the exact same position. My laptop, my phone.
Very intrigued as to see where this is going.
Everything.
Considering you mentioned Jesus before this.
Yeah. So this is fucked up.
I'm very confused right now.
Everything was like exactly the same. So this is why I'm like, was this a dream, or was I just like sort of like semi in and out of consciousness?
You were semi-hard.
Or I might have been. And so like this, it's fucked me up because I'm like, I genuinely for the life of me cannot tell if this was a dream or if this was just something that I imagined or like hallucinated.
Yeah.
So I'm quote unquote, so I'm doing the quotation little finger
Hence
things,
what quote unquote means.
air things at Ryan that nobody else can see, which is why I'm having to explain them. Forgetting that this is an audio podcast. Whilst I'm asleep, sort of, but also awake, in my room, lying in my bed, just looking at my desk, which is basically right in front of me, there's 2 people stood in my room, a man and a woman, having a conversation. And I don't really know what they're talking about.
Right.
And this sounds silly, and everyone else I've told to it has then sort of laughed.
Yeah.
But to me,
this is scary.
This was fucking terrifying.
Oh, shit.
Because, and you're going to hear why, and you're probably going to find it funny. Because it does sound kind of funny, but
but all dreams are... we've hello, welcome back to the Dreams podcast. Every time someone explains a dream, only the person who experienced it can understand
really
how it really made you feel.
Yeah.
So even if you describe something that you know was a scary experience, it could be the slightest of things and just not sound like anything.
Yeah.
But so
it's a man and a woman, and the guy, I don't really remember much about him. I think it was just a sort of a normal guy. I'm not sure.
He was about 3'1".
He was, ooh dear. But the woman was
she double D?
Fucked up. Maybe. I wasn't looking at that. I was just like telling myself, like, wake up, basically. I was just like, wake up, motherfucker. And so, yeah, basically they're talking, but then the woman turns to me as I'm sort of lying in bed, but she's sort of like getting in closer and closer. And what I remember her saying, she was saying other stuff, but I remember her saying, and she seemed like she was possessed.
Oh, I don't like this.
Yeah, you don't like it. Oh shit, I've just realised this is Ryan's
like now
worst
I'm scared.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And imagine I'm laying in bed and this happens and this is the scariest thing is I don't know if I was asleep or not.
Shut up,
for the life of me to tell. She says to me, something along the lines of Jesus or God or whatever only exists to keep you safe from me. That's what she fucking says to me, and I'm lying in my bed. Everything's like exactly how it is. Like it doesn't feel like a dream world. This is like
where were they standing? Like here?
Literally. So my desk's. Nobody else can fucking see this. I'm just explaining this to Ryan, but you can imagine my bed right here. My desk is here, but a little bit closer because I brought it closer to me. So that
for all you listening, that's just slightly to the right of where Billy was first gesturing towards.
It's literally less than a foot away from my bed.
And they were just standing over you.
The guy stood this side, not very close to me. She stood right next to me. And I'm seeing all this. And she says that shit. And I'm like, sort of, and this is another thing where I'm like, I don't know if I was dreaming or not, because I don't remember opening my eyes and going, now I'm awake.
Yeah.
I just remember thinking to myself,
I could be awake.
Is this a dream? If so, Billy, please wake up.
Could you remember what they looked like, or was it quite?
It was
like
very.
So
it was still very dark. I could about make out figures.
Oh, I don't like it.
And that it was a woman. And I don't remember opening my eyes. I just remember going thinking something like, Billy, you need to wake up now.
The thing is,
and then they just weren't there anymore.
If you,
everything's the same. They just weren't there anymore. And then I reached for my phone, get out YouTube, and I put on some motherfucking Bob Ross to get me back to sleep.
Did you? Oh, good old Bobby boy.
I can't go to sleep without Bob Ross.
Oh, Bob Ross is.
I have to watch Bob Ross videos to put me to
so
sleep.
Good,
That's why my desk is always so near to me, so I can reach my phone, but also have my laptop on it playing a Bob Ross video for me to sleep.
Bob Ross is like the granddad you'd visit who was always very nice and calm to you, but you just didn't quite get.
You didn't quite get him.
But he was lovely.
But no one does.
And then you'd go home and you'd be like, "Oh, did I stay today?" And before I went there, I was a bit hesitant. But Bob Ross, he says some odd things, but you really appreciate him.
But he does some nice paintings, and he's a very relaxing man.
Now the thing is,
yeah.
Fucking hell, if that was real, my God, what the fuck?
Like, I doubt it was. I doubt there was genuinely a demon in my room saying this to me. But I don't feel like it was actually a dream. It felt more like a weird, fucked up sleep paralysis type situation.
Or as the Americans say, a paralysism.
As the Americans say, 11 herbs and spices.
Specifically 11 herbs. I would like 11 herbs.
I like 11 herbs and spices.
No, but this is what I'm saying. So, whatever, yeah, if it was real, it was real. Fuck it. I don't believe it was real because I haven't experienced it, or you don't know for sure, whatever. But being it like if it was a dream, that shit came from your own mind.
Yeah,
like,
that's what
like
my
your own
my
brain
decided. You know what? Have a think about this.
The reason Jesus or God exists is because He's keeping you away from me.
Yeah, just to keep. The only reason why the supposed creator of the entire universe exists is to keep everyone safe from me, being this one woman who I assume wasn't the woman saying it. It was some fucking demon or the devil saying it.
No, I'm not a fan.
If that's a dream, that's fucked up that I made myself think of that. If that's some just thing that I hallucinated during some sort of sleep paralysis type shit, then what the fuck did... I guess that also sort of came from my own brain. But I don't know what it was. Anybody who may know, please contact me.
On 07541
an exorcism.
07649 344021. Just repeat, that's 07447622159. And if you didn't get it the second time, that's 077 445 6789 10 11 12.
Sorry, I just really enjoyed that. I was sipping on my frap.
Mate, you were gagging on it.
And
that was violent. That was an aggressive gulp.
You can hear I'm running out of it, and I'm not happy. Let's go back and get another. Oh, we'll go back for happy hour. Frappy happy hour.
Let's not, because I don't even think I could finish that off.
All right then.
You can have it, because I'm not. I genuinely don't want it. But look, that brings me to my next topic.
What's that?
Oh, I don't have a topic.
Oh, good, because we've got one that we need to go back to. So
which was...
The movie film... Not the movie films. We weren't talking about movie films. We were talking about TV shows.
Right.
Basically...
Oh, yeah.
There's too much to... So, anyone listening to this is like, how the fuck do we now go back to it? I've completely forgotten what they were talking about. But to recap, I'm not watching most things, because most of the things I was watching, you have to pay too much attention to. You have to have your full focus on
it. And like, that's hard enough as it is. I have to do that in this podcast. I have to try and make it sound as
It's a good thing you need
fun.
a piss. Because you can concentrate better when you need a piss, as you told me.
I don't like you, Billy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little baby boy. Why are you crying?
Oh,
man, the fuck up.
I'm watching
Jeremy,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine at the moment. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Samberg.
Yeah. I've watched
it's all right.
a few episodes of it.
It's okay. I'm about, like... couple of episodes into the first season. It's okay. It's not like amazing, but it's watchable, and it's only because I didn't have anything to watch whilst I'm not watching Game of Thrones, because I'm like I'm on that shit.
Hype.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like I was watching too much, and it was all of these things that needed a lot of attention on them. Whereas something like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you can just sort of play and just zone out and just laugh at
But that's the
whatever
trouble
funny
with
bits you hear
that show, is it's false advertising, because it's not always sunny in Philadelphia.
Well, what you see is that
I mean, the people listening don't see anything.
well, what you hear is that is it's always
well, you get the bacon wraps on the Listerine and you rub it down till you get a brass
and
nut.
that brings me to the next segment. Let's see what people have said on the last podcast.
And we would use plural, but you fucks didn't comment on apparently the second to last one.
Yeah, nobody commented on the other one, but that's fine because they've commented on the new
case
one.
on your phone.
That's my phone.
I know, it's very Batman-esque.
Oh, thank you. That is a very good compliment because I like Batman.
Do you know, as I took your phone, I said, "Oh, let me see your phone," and you
as it was already in your
but
hand.
you also was telling me that's my phone.
That's my phone.
Like, can I see your phone? That's my phone.
But basically, we're going to have a look at the
we're going to go get Billy to a doctor. I'll read the comments. Can I read them?
if you would like to, then that's unfortunate.
Can I read them? If you'd like to, that's unfortunate.
Basically, you said... No, you were doing a bit. You were doing
shut
up! I pressed pause, then pause, okay?
He did it again! He spoke without any any air in his lungs.
I got no air in my lungs. Basically...
You got no hair in your lungs?
You were saying you were doing your Obama, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And someone commented on this podcast, as I remember reading, and I will now tell you.
You weren't joking when you said unfortunately no, were you?
Paige Williams.
Yeah, who's commented on this video?
Paige Williams.
Oh, okay.
Has said.
Is that spelled WILLOMS?
It's spelled Paige Williams.
Oh, that's alright then.
How do you think it's spelled?
Every time you say it, you put more emphasis on the name.
Look,
who's it from?
It's from Paige Williams. And Paige Williams says, "Oh, and the Obama,
the what?
The Obama,
the Obona, what?
Oh, and the Obama part had me crying, talking about when you were doing your Obama bit, but no, just because you were obviously being a funniesman. You beat me to it, you fucking arsehole. I will. You know what, Ryan? You can kiss my starfish. My chocolate starfish.
And have a sip on my hot dog flavoured water.
So, Paige Williams has commented. She'd done some more comments, but that was one of them, and that's what made me think about the fact that I needed to read the comments, was because she mentioned your Obama impression.
Okay.
She said some more comments, and we also have a comment from Hello Kitty Obsessed.
Who's that? Is that new?
I think that's a new listener.
New listener.
So that's a new commenter. I've never heard of them before.
But she went and left
left a comment saying, so while listening to this, I think I'm more annoyed than I was the first time. The first time being the 12th time. No,
it was the first 12th time.
Yeah, but I do have to say, this podcast gives me a happy, and thank you for having me on it.
No problem. Who was she?
What? Who?
I'm assuming this is a she.
Yeah, because we obviously don't know. We don't know who this is.
All I have to say to that is goodbye, Kitty Obsessed.
But they also said I kind of want to start my podcast of my own.
Can I just say, as good as it sounds, mate, it's the worst idea we've ever had. Just don't do it.
Oh yeah, no, it's awful. I've never.
It's basically a weekly log. Put it down, boy.
Yeah, good shout. I was about to pick up my thing.
I start talking and he's like, I need something to occupy me. It's our weekly log of how... a reminder. Throwback! Train of thought. It's
our weekly
weekly log of showing us how fucking batshit crazy we are.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Not necessarily.
Paige Williams also says...
Hi, I'm looking for a Paige Williams!
Hello, yes, would Paige Williams please report to the principal's office? Ryan liked that one.
It was so...
The amount of editing I'm probably going to have to do to, like, as I'm going to be too loud.
Reading off the page. Yes, I'm here
We have Malcolm Jones.
Just looking for Malcolm C. Jones, Timothy Topplesby, and a Page Williams.
I'm looking for Leonard Hofstadter. Ryan James Carter. I would like to, we also have here, we have David Grohl, and we have a Paige Williams. I think this is Ryan's new favourite little bit.
It's the build-up of all the pointless, either famous or relevant names to...
You can tell I was struggling for names there, because I used
Dave
yours,
yeah,
and then Dave Grohl, which is the poster of right behind you. I was like, that's a name.
What did this person...
They've gone and said they did. They said they did. They said my favourite superhero, in quotationally marks, like...
Quotationally marks?
Like, yeah.
Slightly quotationally.
My favourite superhero is Deadpool. That's it, that's what they said.
Quoting me?
I don't know, but just in
Can
hero...
I see how it's written?
You can see how it's written.
My favourite superhero is Deadpool. So she either likes Deadpool, or she was saying that when I said favourite hero is Deadpool, she's mocking it because Deadpool isn't actually a hero.
He's not actually a hero, he's more of a... an
anti-hero, or as the Canadians would say, anti-hero.
Or the...
Canadians.
The Whovians would say...
Or... You would go into...
Oh, that's Jeremy, sorry.
You would go into, like, a class, like, back in the day, you know, when they had, like, old schools, and they'd be like...
No, I can't do it anymore. I've got to stop.
Okay.
I'm never doing it ever again. So we have a comment here from... No. But what I will say is that Tiffany Torres writes...
Hang on, is that another...
Oh, and where the fuck is my picture? You guys should put a picture of me when you read my comments, laughing my arse off. It's
Why
like
a
full 13 minutes. I don't know why she laughs it off, but yeah, so... we will have a picture of you whilst reading your comment for this podcast. Okay, I'm sorry. But Tiffany Torres also writes, ooh, Ryan, why the fuck did you sound like Obama? That was good. It pisses me off. It pissed me off. It pissed her off how good you sounded like Obama.
I've got... Just remind me at the end of this podcast when we've stopped recording, I've got a good idea.
Yeah? Alright. And she also says that she always pops one off. But she says Tiffany Torres writes, I always pop one on the toilet. Wink, wink, wink face.
Now, you see, when you sit down on the toilet, and you want to go pop something off, America's greatest triumph is understanding the line between poverty and first class energy drinks. You see, Michelle and I, we get sponsored daily by the people from Sweden, and they tend to and that's why me and Michelle like it doggy style. All right now.
I am not the lead singer from Korn. So yeah.
Seems we have a celebrity, Mr. Potter. Get on your hands and knees, boy, and read me page 946. That is the second page after 954.
Where is he going with this one?
I was just trying to do impressions.
Oh, he's just winging it. Oh. I was at work. Will, you just spat everywhere. I'm dying.
Oh,
I was at work.
getting all hot and flustered.
Is it yesterday?
I don't
or
know.
Whatever
I
day
was
it
at work. Was it yesterday?
I was at work. And
Do you know tomorrow something bad's going to happen?
Oh, I hope not.
It is.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Do you know why?
What's
Because
what?
life exists and things bad that happen.
You know what? That's really,
Shake my hand. Oh no, but he's got STDs
no.
on the arm.
Ryan's gone and done the good old trick, shake my hand, and then when I'm going to shake
Or
it,
if I do
he's put
shake
his
your
hand
hand,
behind his
then you-
head,
then
like
you
if
just-
he's whispering
then
his
you
ear,
just-
but Jeremy, please,
Um,
please, Jeremy. So I was at work, and
Was it yesterday?
doesn't matter. You know what? By this point,
By the time
By
you get
this
this
point in
out,
the
you're
story-
fucking yeah.
it doesn't matter what.
By
day
this
it
point in the
was.
story, you've only just started your sentence. Look, Ryan. By this part of the story,
Everyone's
so
lost
what?
interested anyway. Everyone's lost interested anyway. So I was at work.
I've got about
and
one interest left.
I was basically running the line, which is like basically you have this buzzer on you, so when somebody has a problem when they're on the till
You would
or
just run at
something,
them.
they press the button and then you run up to them and you sort it out or whatever.
No.
But then you're also keeping an eye on like the queues, so you need to know if you need to go get like another person off the shop floor to like come and get on a till to like get the queues
To go and
down.
sit on your face.
And sometimes they'll sit on your
Lap? Chair.
Yeah, that's the
Chair.
one. They do usually sit on chairs.
I prefer I Believe by Cher.
Sometimes there's a stool. If they're on the
someone
pod,
poops?
there's a stool.
There's like a stool behind
There's a
the...
Yule log. And anyway, so sort of like you got quite a bit of responsibility when you're doing that because
For all you at home,
you've
responsibility means laptop in French.
So you've got to help out people's problems when like they press the buzzery thing and they're like, yeah, look, this deal's not working, or like,
And that deal is
Yeah.
short for dildo.
like this dildo's not working for me.
Bearing in mind
or-
Billy works in a...
or if like,
That's what I'm worried.
or if like they're not 18, they can't like legally like do an alcohol transaction, so they have to have a supervisor, which would be me, come along and type in my little number to authorise it and be like, yeah, that's fine. So when you're doing that, you've got a bit of responsibility. So then somebody at work says to me, and they're like, oh, Billy's in charge today. And I'm like, yeah. And I don't like being in charge when I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When I do know what I'm doing, Ryan's just blinded himself. Above him, there's a little light. He's turned it on. He's blinded
It's
himself.
not the first time a light's shone from the sky from atop my head.
Well, Ryan was once abducted and probed by aliens, but that's a whole new podcast.
I prefer just probed by aliens.
Not abducted.
No, I went on my own accord.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So like you hitchhiked, like you stood there with your thumb up in the air. Have you ever had a thumb up in the air? If you were there in the air, you had your thumb up, and then they came along, they took you up.
Just
and
to
then
clarify, because this
probed
is you talking, you could be saying, have you ever had a thumb in your hair?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But have you ever put a thumb inside of an air? Like the rabbit type thing that's an
Oh.
air, like an air. Yeah.
I've never fingered a rabbit in my life.
Well.
Or thumbed. It depends how you want to...
And so I was like, when I know what I'm doing, so not at work, anywhere but work, really.
Anyway, but...
I'm quite happy to be in charge of things when I know what I'm doing and I know how to run the show.
You like to
and
be
I
the
know
dominant alpha male.
Like, I'm quite happy to be like, yeah, I'll do this, that, and whatever, or if I know what I'm doing and whatever.
Happy with your herbs.
If I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so me at work, I'm like, no, please, I do not want the responsibility. Someone else be in charge. Someone else tell me what to do, please. For the love of God, don't put me in charge because I ain't got a fucking Scooby-Doo ain't nowhere to be seen, alright?
That is... For all you at home, that's the short
That's when you have to figure it out. That's when you have to figure out yourself.
Okay, alright.
Well, no. I mean, you can explain it, but when if you were to say it to somebody,
I haven't
you'd
got a
have to figure it
Scooby-Doo.
out. Basically, I ain't got a Scooby. Which means I ain't
Here we
got...
go.
Because
We can take half an hour.
Scooby is looking around for clues because he's trying to find out the person who's going around scaring people and shit. So he's got to find these clues. But if Scooby-Doo ain't about, then how you ever going to find the clues? So if you ain't... Ryan's sweating... And if you ain't gonna, if you ain't got a clue, it means that Scooby Doo's not about, because he's not giving you all these clues. So if you ain't got a Scooby, then you ain't got a clue. But what I've now decided that I want to say, instead of saying, oh, I ain't got a Scooby, I like to say, Scooby Doo ain't nowhere in sight, mate. And that's when people have to figure it out, because really it doesn't make any fucking sense. But that's fine. It makes sense to me, and I'm the one saying it. So that's okay, okay? Thank you very much, for fuck's sake. So, when I'm at work, Scooby-Doo ain't fucking nowhere to be seen.
Double negative means that he is somewhere to be seen.
Well, he is somewhere to be seen, but not anywhere near me. I ain't fucking seen him in 3.5 years, mate. So, I don't like being in charge, basically, is what I'm trying to say when I'm at work. I'm like, please, just let someone else deal with it, because I don't know what I'm doing. But if it's a case of like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, then it's like, okay, yeah, I can kill somebody. Sorry, I'm just dying. I've rendered Ryan speechless.
You tend to do that.
Yeah?
If it's not for your good looks, it's for the amount of amazing Scooby-Doo points you come up with.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had more. No, I'm not going to touch it. I went to grab my thing again. I'm going to throw it over there so it's out of my reach.
For anyone who's realising and listening right now, Billy's talking about his penis.
Yeah, because I like to, I have to have something in my hand to play with.
Well, I've got a book. I've got a book.
I got a book.
I've got to book an appointment.
You got to book an appointment?
Yeah. Do you know why?
For what?
For you, mate.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Because you've got STDs on the arm.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been bitten all up my arm by little buggy boos. And it's disgusting.
I like it.
What, you think it's rad as fuck?
No, it's horrible.
No, it is
I'd like
horrible.
to lick it, though.
Yeah? It's almost like my very own like tattoo, isn't it? But like a really shit one that looks just disgusting and horrid. Well, I was at the poob last night with Alex, and Alex at the moment, Ryan just got tickled by Jeremy right there. And Ryan at the Jack, no. What's his
Alex.
fucking name? Malcolm in the Middle? Look, I'm talking about Alex, alright? Don't fucking
I
test me.
said Alex and you at the exact same time.
I ain't talking about Jacob, alright? I'm talking about Alex.
I know you're talking about Alex. I said Alex.
Look, okay, Alex. He had a black eye, but
That's
also...
racist.
He had a black eye, but also he's got like some red in his eye, like it's like his eye's pretty like fucked up, right? But he was explaining to me what happened and everything, but it was like, I was like, but at the end of him explaining it, I was like, but it looks badass. And he was like, yeah, it does. And I was saying like black eyes and like scars and shit like that, and like little battle wounds here and there, and like,
Well, why do you
they
think
look
so
fucking
many,
cool.
Why do you think so many people like the Black Eyed Peas?
Because my humps.
My humps.
My
humps.
lady lumps.
My lovely lady lumps.
Where is the love?
Where's the love? Where's the love? Where's the love?
And so yeah, I like when I have, if I don't get black eyes very often, but I've had one before, and like people are like, oh, how do you get that? And what you got to do is when you have something like that, every person that asks,
Tell them a different story.
You tell them a different story, and each time it gets more intense. And even if the same person asks you more than once, because they either forget and they're like, what happened to your eye again? Or they're with somebody else and they're like, oh, tell him what happened to your eye.
Like,
you change that story every time you tell someone a different story. No one will ever know. Unless the original story was badass. Then if the original story was badass, and it's like, that's a story to tell.
The original story was badass.
The original story was badass.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
If I could find the words, if I could shake the world, if I could turn back time, would you still be there?
And so, when you've got a black eye, you just look like a badass. So if the original story of how you got it, the actual real life story is cool, then it's like, okay, yeah, well, I'm going to tell people that one because that's a true story. But if it was like, oh, I literally fucking walked into something like a numbnuts, then you tell
You
everyone.
walked into some numbnuts or like a numbnut?
Either way.
Because I'll tell you what, mate, you are bound to get hurt if you walk into some numbnuts.
Well, either way, if you've walked into something because you're a numbnuts, or you've walked into some numbnuts, either way, walking into one of those things is a very silly way to get a black eye. So you tell people that you fucking fought a shark
Or
and a baby, and
The shark is
saved
impressive,
1,000
but
children's.
oh, Billy.
Yeah. Have I told you I have actually, but I'm going to say it anyway because I haven't told the podcast.
Alright.
Well, I said this to you,
Okay.
but now I'm kind of thinking, because I'm like, I quite like the idea. I want a tattoo, obviously.
Yeah.
I want a Harley Quinn tattoo.
Alright.
I want it to be original, I want someone who can draw really well to design me one, like an original. But the way I'm envisioning it in my head is how Harley Quinn is, like, her style in the New 52 comics. Like, that sort of style Harley Quinn.
She's a hoe.
Shizu. And,
Shizu.
oh, she got potential.
Oh, she got potential.
So I want it sort of like that, because I really like that style, and I've read, not all of them, but I've actually read some of those comics or whatever, so I'm like, okay, so that's from
For
something
all
I've
you
actually
listeners
read.
at home, in case you're wondering, a comic is commonly known in the southern Asian part of the continent as a dream catcher.
And so, so we got... I've lost it. No.
I was about to say that.
So I don't want something actually taken from the comic.
Mm.
I don't want like an actual pre-existing
original
picture of Harley Quinn. I want someone to draw like a new one for me. But I like the idea of it being in the style of the New 52 comics and what she looks like in that. But not in like the sort of normal stuff she'd wear in that. But like, so here's how I'm imagining it. Is that she's basically she's in a bikini. But the reason why is it's not just to like over sexualize her, but like go on then. Like it's because
this is going on your body.
It's because she's gonna have like a like.
Snort.
Well, it's annoying because I'm like
I
want her face, so I don't know. This is why I'm like I'm not. I'm definitely not set on this idea. This is more just like a fun idea. But she's gonna have like a pair of goggles on and like a snorkel sort of thing, and she's riding on the back of either a hammerhead or great white shark.
Gotta be a hammerhead shark. That
Because that just sounds cool. And that's what I want is she's like riding on the back of it, like with a spear in her hands.
An old diver's helmet on or something like that.
That's cool, but then again, that also sort of like...
Yeah, you want to see her hair.
I guess the problem is nobody's going to be able to tell it's Harley Quinn without her face and her hair all being in it, especially if she's in a bikini or whatever, because it's... So I guess she could be in like a full sort of wetsuit, but it's like, you know, like Harley Quinn colours, like the black and red, and then has like the diamonds here and there, and sort of like more like her old like the animated series version, sort of like that. Well, but like I don't know. So maybe I'm not gonna actually. Maybe I like the idea of that as just an actual piece of artwork, but for a tattoo, maybe not, because it's not really what I was going for originally. What I want originally is more of just actually her on me that you can see as her.
There's a comic that came out not too long ago called Grizzly Shark, and it was just a one shot that was just supposed to be really silly. I didn't read it, my cousin got it, but basically it's about this shark that lives in the forest and he's half shark, half bear. So what if...
Is this real?
Yeah, this is genuine.
This real life?
This is an actual comic called, I think it's called Grizzly Bear.
I need to see
or
this.
Great White Bear. No, it's probably Grizzly Bear. Grizzly Shark, I'm sure it is. But I think it has like legs like a bear and it walks around forests and it's a shark. So you could
that sounds like my dream.
Because then she could be riding on a shark.
That is also a bale.
It's also a bale.
That's a bit. I'll have to look into that.
Have a look-see, boy.
I'll have a little look into that.
Because a grizzly shark is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. That's like the perfect mashup.
I want a
Like my
monkey.
favourite animals. Well, whatever you class as animal. Sharks. People, I guess people don't class it as an animal. It's not. What is a shark? Is it an animal or is it a fish? It's not really a fish. It's an aquatic animal. It's
a catamal.
Whatever it is, I love sharks. I love bales. I love sloths.
You don't like bears though,
bears are all right.
but you prefer bales.
I like bales.
Do you like baby bales?
I like all your baby bears.
Sloths and breedies.
Yeah. So my favourites are sharks, bears, sloths. All the generic shit that people like.
You know, the stuff you'd see when you
But I
don't
like
take your
it.
kids to a farm.
So, but I like it. So,
Oh, kiddies!
Like,
Oh,
we
it's
could do
time's
that.
about 2 o'clock. Let's go feed the sharks.
oh, it's about time to feed. Oh, I'm gonna feed the. Oh, I'm gonna go feed my acrobat.
Oh, kiddies! You see on the list here it says about 3:30 you can go do some friendly feeding with the bears. That's on the tractor ride here to feed them hay, and you get a little shark and you. It's about 4 o'clock.
Oh, you pick your least favourite kid and you feed them to
You just toss them right in.
Oh, it's a grizzly bear. Oh, it's a grizzly shark
Come on,
bear.
kids, let's go to the buffet. It's time to pick up the food that you like and feed Timothy to the sharks. So that's the banshee called Ned.
Ned. Fuck off, Ned. Fuck you. We've already
Never
got
let you go.
Jeremy. We've already got Jeremy. Jeremy's a fucking nuisance building this stable. I think he's finished it now.
No, let's hope so.
He tends to hang out there. Now we've
The
got
hammer
fucking,
and a hard hat flies through the window.
we've got Ned. We've got Ned and
Ned the Banshee.
Ned the Banshee. Jeremy the Horse. Ryan the Carter.
And Billy the twat.
Billy the Trash. The literal piece of trash.
Pull my finger.
I'm pulling it.
Pull
I'm
it.
pulling it.
Stop.
Oh. I thought that I just.
No,
ripping
you're
it.
supposed to just pull it, not like take it off my hand.
Well, that's what I was trying to go for. You weren't very Pacific. You weren't the Pacific Ocean.
How much time we got?
We've got 8 minutes ish. Like we've.
Is that give or take 2 minutes? Is
Well-
what the ish stands for.
Okay, we've got 7.5 minutes.
And a half.
We've got 7.5 minutes.
Can I talk to you about a little story?
You can talk to me about a little story all you want, baby boy. Take it away.
Take it away, honey.
Take it away, Ryan.
I've started a cult.
Yeah. Is that the story?
Yeah,
About the whole
I just
thing?
wanted you to understand.
Are you going to paint me a picture this time?
No.
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 Okay.
But it's important to remember that about 1:30 is the shark feeding.
Well, so today I put in the bank, I put about a 200.
A 205th.
Oh, no, not a 250. It was a 200.
A 200. You mean a 2,500?
It was a 200.
You got a
But I
2,500.
wish it was a 200. Alfalfa from the Little Rascal.
Got out from the alfalfa.
Good old, you're gonna go
Can I
tend the
say-
alfalfa.
Like 6 episodes ago, we had the worst podcast ever because
Oh, it was-
we ate pizza in the middle of it and
Ugh.
everything. This one,
It was right.
no,
okay.
shh. This one,
Yes.
no, shut up.
Okay.
This one, it's just a little bit less of my favourite because Spider-Man's my favourite superhero.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going crazy. I don't know what this drink has done to me.
Brian.
Brian.
Brian. Stars is a person.
Mm.
Ryan is putting on his feet as he did last time. He's putting on his feet. He's just gone and seen them. But Ryan,
Yeah.
um,
Baby boy, talk to me.
first of all, who's your favourite superhero?
Well, if we are saying it's a hero, Deadpool, but like Spider-Man, if he was hero.
I think I'm getting a phone call.
Who's calling you? Where-
Random number.
Where's it from? Let me answer it.
I don't know.
I'm going to answer it on
No.
live on
No, you're
speaker.
not.
That would have been so good.
Because I have no idea who it is.
I was
so
going
I'm
to
just
answer it and fuck around with them.
Right away. Why is my phone? Old phone's on.
Is it a FaceTime?
Seriously, what's going on? I'm so confused. I just got... And that phone's off. No, it's not off. Did I...
You don't have a SIM card in it though, surely.
No, I took... Well, the SIM card doesn't work.
How is it
In the
both
old
phones
one.
ringing
So
at the same
basically,
time? Were
what
they
you-
both the same number?
No, well, sort of, but at the same time, no. Basically, I just got a new phone, as we explained in the beginning of the podcast, and I just got a phone call on my new phone, and then noticed that my old phone was also ringing.
so
but my
weird.
old phone shouldn't be ringing anymore because the number's different, because I moved my old number over to my new one, so maybe, I don't know, I guess it's not, but the SIM card doesn't work in the old phone. The old phone, literally, if I look at it right now, it says no service. So I shouldn't be getting a phone call because there's no service on that phone because it doesn't have a working SIM card in it. But I just got a phone call from the same number on both of my phones, and I don't know what the number was, and it's probably something important now to think of it, because there's some shit going on. I was changing something, well, Mum was changing something for me with the phone thing company or whatever, making it cheaper or something, and it's probably them trying to contact me to get it all sorted out. But I'm doing a fucking podcast, alright? Like, can you not? Like, seriously, who do you think you are?
What have we learnt today?
What have we learnt?
Give me a hand. We've learnt today that the reason Jesus and God exists is to keep away the demons in our life. Regardless of whether or not you can avoid them.
The only reason Jesus and God exists is to keep us safe from that fucking woman who was in my room.
We all have that one woman.
The other night.
That one woman. And also, if you're getting cold, check your other phone, because if you're getting cold twice, there might be a hitman on the loose.
I reckon it was that fucking woman, that demon woman.
Yeah,
That's who was
the
ringing
dude was
me.
calling you on your new phone, and the woman was on the old one.
Yay!
Yes. What? No, if you say if you got demons, you can't get through to the
But
service.
like, what if I had answered the call on both of my phones at the same time? Like, what the? Why?
I honestly do.
If I answered it on my new phone, would it then automatically answer it on my old? I don't. What the fuck just happened? I don't like it.
You know what you need to do?
I'm pissed off. Quite frankly,
you know what
I'm
you need to
angry
do?
about it.
Quite frankly, to summarise, I'm angry. You need to check on both phones to see if the numbers match up.
Let's have a look now. Let's suss this out. They are literally the same number. How is that a thing?
On your old phone,
Yeah.
you got any numbers in there at all? Or because you've got no SIM card or anything, you've got no records?
No, my contacts are all still on there.
Try and call me on your old phone.
I can't because it's broken. It's literally, I can't actually.
I don't get how that happened.
For the life of me, I couldn't access my old phone to even be able to ring you on it.
That's so bizarre.
Because the screen's broken and the touch screen is fucked. So I could, if I sat there for about an hour, I could probably just about manage it. I did something earlier on my old phone because I needed to look at something, and it took me half an hour to manage to get the touch screen to work so that I could just look at this one thing for a second, and then I couldn't lock my phone. But I couldn't just leave it because then it would start spazzing out and start doing all this random weird crap and probably start ringing random people. So I had to sit there with it and hold it together and make sure that it wasn't fucking up. And then I can't turn it off because the button's broken. So now it's just ringing.
So what you're saying is you feel lost, like tears in the rain.
I feel like I genuinely...
And that's probably about it for today's podcast, guys.
That is, we probably best wrap it up.
Do you know the best way to wrap up a podcast? You
Yes.
go to somewhere like M&S,
Yes.
Tesco's, W. Smith, you get some
Yes.
nice wrapping paper,
Yes.
and you just go and put it around the microphone, and then you give it to someone as a gift to be like, "Oh, this is a podcast has been wrapped up."
Crinkly sounds,
Crinkly
a bit
sound.
of ASMR.
Welcome to the-
bit of ASMR. ASMR part of this podcast.
I've got 17 apples on order. Can I have your mustard, please?
So basically, it's time to wrap up this podcast. Thanks for listening. You can find us on the Twits. It's Yilipalmter at
RYANJAMESCARTER.
and it's
Ryan James Carter
at YLLIBPARMITER, or you can say hello to us at the Real Sad Podcast on Twitter. I think it's just Real Sad Podcast
Real
is
Sad.
the app, but
It's
then
too
the
long
name
to-
is the Real Sad Podcast. And then please just comment down below, just anything that you want to comment, just do it.
Bearing in
Britain
mind,
fights
anything
back.
that you read out may or may not be
Yeah,
used
anything
against
you
you.
comment may or may not be read out on the podcast. Most likely it will do, because
And be prepared for us to turn it into the most goddamn awful thing you ever heard in your entire life, because this podcast is the equivalent to liquefied poop.
thanks for listening. Fuck off.